Hi, guys. It's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. And I hope you're ready for OJ. And we have plenty of uh, we have uh, we have plenty of time to do a real long one today, especially if I leave it run again while I leave. So let's get going. Cato.
All right, the record should reflect that we have been rejoined by all the members of our trial jury. Mr. Brian Kalin is presently on the witness stand undergoing direct examination by Ms. Clark. Good morning again, Mr. Kalin.
Morning.
Mr. Kalin, you're reminded you were still under oath. And Ms. Clark, you may conclude your direct examination.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Kalin.
That was a joke, guys. You may conclude your direct examination, which means don't ask the same question over and over and over again, which means conclude. Yeah, Chinny heard that. Look at that. We were all shocked when we heard him say that.
Morning.
Now, you indicated yesterday that you went to the McDonald's with Mr. Simpson, leaving Rockingham at about 10 after 9.
Yes.
And I believe you stated that you went to the one on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yes.
Do you recall telling us yesterday also that that was not the closest McDonald's to the Rockingham residence?
Yes.
So the one you went to was farther than you needed to go to McDonald's. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, during the trip to McDonald's, the defendant, you said, had told you he didn't have time to take a nap.
Yes, it came up.
He didn't have time to take a nap, and you went to the farther McDonald's. Can you tell us why you went to the McDonald's that was farther from the Rockingham residence?
If you know.
Oh, I didn't. I was in the car. I didn't know where we're going.
Did you have a discussion with Mr. Simpson about which one to go to?
No.
Did he tell you why you were going to the one that was farther away?
No.
Now, I believe you also testified that that back at Rockingham, before you left for McDonald's, the defendant told you that he wanted $5 bills for the sky cap because he only had $100 bills. Is that right?
A $5 bill, right?
Okay.
For Sky Cap.
You didn't give him a $5 bill, though, did you?
No.
You gave him a 20?
Yes.
And then you, I believe earlier testified that when you went to McDonald's, you paid for the food with a $20 bill,
A different 20.
a different 20.
Yes.
And he gave you back the change, did he?
Yes.
He didn't keep a $5 bill for himself?
No.
Did you see him try and break the $20 bill you'd given him earlier at Rockingham when he went to McDonald's?
The first 20 I gave him?
Yes.
No.
So after asking you for the $5 bill for a sky cap at Rockingham, you gave him a 20? Is that right?
Yes.
And he was at McDonald's, but he never tried to break it?
No.
And he never took the change from the 20 you paid for the food with?
No.
Now, when you were living on Rockingham, did the defendant take trips before that? Did he frequently go on trips?
Yes.
That was a common occurrence.
Yes.
Had he ever asked you? Had he ever asked you for change for a sky cap before going on any other trip besides this one?
No.
This was the first time.
Yes.
At the time that you heard the 3 thumps, can you tell us whether or not your bathroom window was open?
I don't think it was open. I usually don't have it open.
So you don't think it was that night?
Probably not.
When you went out to the south pathway for the first time, what position was the first gate in?
The first gate, I'm pretty sure it was in the position that I had to lean it against the tree.
Was it open?
It's broken.
Was it open?
No, I had to pick up and move it.
Okay, so the gate was closed when you went to it,
Right.
and you moved it physically against
Yes.
the tree.
Yes.
Had you ever gone over to that area before?
Yes.
And was the gate open or closed?
Usually the way it always is, kind of, it's closed, but you know what I mean? It doesn't have a lot. You have to pick it up. So you'd have to pick it up, move it, then put it back.
But it's not locked?
No.
Was it difficult to move?
No.
All right, when you moved out, you had been living on Gretna Green until January of 94, is that right?
Yes.
And then you moved out at some point in January to live at Rockingham, is that right?
Yes.
At the point that you moved out to Rockingham, you had already made plans to go and live with Nicole at Bundy, is that right?
Yes.
What was her reaction to that?
When I was going to Bundy,
When you changed your mind,
oh, she was
instead of moving
upset.
in with her and you went to Rockingham?
She was upset.
She felt you betrayed her, didn't she?
Objection calls. It's a leading question.
Sustained.
Did she feel you had betrayed her?
No. She felt I was manipulated. It was her words,
She felt that the defendant was manipulating you?
is what Nicole said.
And did she try to get you to move out of Rockingham
Yes.
many times?
The times that she'd come by, she just would ask if I found a place. Not many. I don't know what it's many. It's like 2 or 3.
So was she upset with you for staying at Rockingham?
Yes.
Overruled.
And did your relationship with her change after you moved into Rockingham?
Yes.
And how did it change?
It wasn't as, we weren't talking as much, and it was, that was it. It was
That's
different.
sad.
I always liked Nicole, but she wasn't talking as much. So,
Nevertheless, you stayed at Rockingham, didn't you?
right. I was looking for places to move to during that time.
Okay. Now, what was your arrangement going to be with her at Bundy? You were going to pay her rent?
Yes.
And how much were you going to pay her?
Between $450 and $500.
And then when you moved to Rockingham, obviously, you didn't.
No, I didn't pay.
Did anyone else try to make up that money to her,
To,
to Nicole? Did
I don't
anyone
think
else
so.
pay the money you would have paid for rent at Bundy?
no, I don't, not that I know of.
Do you know whether the defendant paid her $400 to $500 a month to make up for the loss of income she would have had from you?
No, I don't know that.
You
No.
don't know.
I wonder if we're going to be able to hear why Darden leaves. I wonder if he's going to he has to go through the judge and ask to withdraw, right?
Yesterday, sir, you testified. Yesterday, sir, you testified that the defendant did not want you to move into Bundy with Nicole. You recall?
It was a choice, right? That basically not to.
Did the defendant tell you he did not want you to move in with Nicole at Bundy?
It wasn't those words, but it was that it was basically not a right thing to do.
And why did he tell you it was not the right thing to do?
Just said that trying to work things out is probably not right to be in the same house. in the same, not a guest house, but in the house.
Did he tell you he was afraid that you were going to have sex with Nicole?
No.
What words did he convey to you? Did you get that feeling?
Well, I knew that I wasn't, so I never told him. He never asked me if I did, so I never. Nicole and I were friends. There was nothing. There wasn't a sexual relationship. We were friends, and I was friends with the children, and that was it.
And what reason did the defendant give you?
Well, I mean, I don't know, and
You don't know?
I mean, it could have been. I don't know, but he didn't say because you're going to have sex.
And Mr. Kalin, did he tell you he was worried you were going to steal from her?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm telling you the truth. He didn't say those words to me.
What words did he say?
That it wasn't right, probably, for you to be in the same house. That you're not in the guest house, you're in the same.
It wasn't right because you were going to beat her children? You were going to steal from her? What?
No, if it was going to be romance, I don't know. I know there wasn't.
You
I think
know there
that's
wasn't. What was
right.
his feeling?
It was never. I don't know his feelings. I know my feelings.
What did he convey to you?
That I should move out. That I should go there. I had a place for him. Would stay there.
Because, Mr. Kalin, did he convey to you the feeling that he was worried about his wife's security in terms of being assaulted by you?
No.
That you were going to steal from her?
No.
That you were going to beat her children?
No. of
No.
course.
No. What was the concern that he conveyed to you about your staying in the same place with her at Bundy?
Well, I mean, it could be that, but I'm telling you that he didn't say I was going to have that. I'm just telling you the truth, and it was the feeling that maybe it could be thought that maybe I should go. That maybe he was thinking maybe Cato could be with Nicole, but I don't know. It never happened. So I
I'm not
moved
asking
out
you if it ever happened, Mr. Kalin. I'm asking you what the defendant said to you.
to move up to. I had a
To
place
move
at
out.
his place, right?
Because you should not live with her in this under the same roof.
Yes.
And what reason was it that he gave you for that?
I'm telling you that the reason was he didn't say because of having, romance with her. That didn't come up like that because I think it was a given that I wasn't. But he was saying it wasn't right for you to be a man-to-man thing where you are going to be in the same house with his children and Nicole. They're trying to work things out. So I moved out.
And he never said, I don't like the idea of a man living under the same roof with Nicole. He never said that?
That it wasn't right for me to be in the same house, a man in that same house with Nicole and the children.
And what did you take that to mean, Mr. Kalin?
I moved out.
What did you take that to mean, Mr. Kalin?
That it could possibly have been that he was thinking that I might be with Nicole.
Sexually.
Possibly that he was thinking that, yes.
What else would you think as a result of that statement?
Well, because I never did.
I
So I didn't
understand.
think
Mr.
that.
Kalin, answer my question.
Okay.
What else would you have thought?
Well, that it could have been that.
Hold on.
There's going to be an objection. It appears that.
What's the grounds?
Cross-examining improper questioning.
Or
That it possibly could have been that. Having
That's not a legal objection, sir.
a romance with her. I mean,
Right.
that could have been in his mind. Yes.
And I'm asking you if you got the impression it could have been anything else. What else?
No, couldn't have been anything else.
I'll show you a photograph that's been previously marked as People's 40B. You see that dog, sir?
Yes.
You recognize that dog?
Yes.
Can you tell us whose it is?
Nicole's children's.
And what's the name of that dog?
That's Cato.
And where did that dog live primarily?
Primarily on Bundy.
And was that the dog you referred to yesterday that also frequently visited at Rockingham?
Yes.
And that also spent the night at Rockingham on many occasions?
Yes.
Do you know how that dog happened to become called Cato?
I believe the children named it Cato.
And when was that?
It was at the Gretna Green house when there was a puppy.
When you were living there?
Yes.
And were you nicknamed Cato at that time as well?
Yes.
Two puppies. Two puppies.
All right, I believe you indicated that when you left the house on Rockingham on June the 13th at 7:30, excuse me, strike that. You indicated that a police officer escorted you out of Rockingham on the morning of June the 13th. You recall that?
Your Honor,
Oh, well, yes.
And about what time was it when you left?
It was about 7:30 a.m.
And at the time that you left, you recall testifying yesterday that an officer steered you around some blood drops in the foyer.
Yes.
After you exited the foyer, did you walk out onto the driveway?
Yes.
And what did you see on the driveway when you left at 7:30 in the morning from Rockingham?
There.
objections to the next council.
Oh, well,
Has none.
I saw the cardboard, the numbers. That there was like more.
Go ahead.
Oh, there was the. You have card. It was like numbered pieces of cardboard.
Numbered piece of cardboard on the driveway?
Yes.
People's 120C.
I'm going to ask you to look at the monitor. Look at people's 120C. Do you see anything that resembles what you've just described, sir?
That's the cardboard, but that's not where I saw the cardboard.
Let me move up.
Uh, 120F.
Do you recognize what you're?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us what you see. Is that what you recognize seeing at 7:30 in the morning on June the 13th when you left?
Yes, I saw those cardboards.
And did you see what was next to them?
When I walked by, I just saw it drop, but I assumed it was blood.
I have a cat named Judge Fleischer.
Okay. Can you see something there that you recall seeing at 7:30 in the morning when you left Rockingham?
Yes.
And
That's
tell us
the
what
path.
it is.
That's the path that I took out the Esquet's front door, and I walked out that way to Ashford Gate.
Okay. And can you?
Yeah, it's cardboard.
Can you look at the screen?
Right.
The area I'm circling right there. Is that the cardboard you saw
Yes.
with the blood drop next to it?
Yes.
Equals 120J.
And I'm showing you again. Do you recall seeing that when you left the house at 7:30 in the morning?
I don't remember that the number was that, but yes.
All right, that driveway. People's 136. You indicated that you saw the knapsack, that small black knapsack behind the Bentley.
Yes.
Can you see on this photograph the area where you saw the knapsack on the night of June the 12th?
No. Not in that photograph.
Going to ask to
Hi, Kelly.
138.
One, please.
Can you tell us where in relation to the area of the driveway shown in this photograph you saw the black knapsack?
Yes, it'd be where the grass would come out at the furthest point. Okay.
Why don't you direct the arrow to
Okay.
the location? Red.
Okay, down. Okay, go towards right about there. Now, if the Rolls Royce would be parked like right there would be the other jetty, so it was sticking out right about there.
Is that the right spot then, where it is now?
Go just about a little bit up. Okay, but more on it's cement. Go to back a little there. Right about there I saw.
Okay. And the first time you saw that knapsack was when?
I think it was my second time after I checked back on from when I went to the walkway, the pathway, where I heard the thumping noise. That's when I first,
You came out on the Ashford side. You saw the limousine at the gate, right?
yes,
And as you testified yesterday, you went over to the garage area to the first gate, but didn't go in?
the first gate.
Yes.
No, I went to the first gate.
Right.
When the second gate, I never went beyond.
No, I'm talking about the first time you went out
First
there.
time.
Okay. Did you go past the first gate the first time you went out there?
Yes,
What did you do? You opened it?
opened it and just went a few feet and that was it.
Okay. And when you came back out, the limousine driver was still at the gate?
Was at the gate, yes.
And did you see the knapsack at that time?
I don't remember seeing it that time.
You did not see it on the driveway at that time.
No, I don't.
How would you say it? Just fix the-
Exactly what he said.
Overruled.
I don't remember seeing it.
You don't remember seeing the knapsack?
No, I remember there was the golf bag, and that was at a different area.
Where did you indicate the golf bag was?
Do you want me to arrow? Okay, you have to. Is there going to be an arrow?
Sure.
Okay, go straight up. Right. Okay, up a little bit, and it's in that way, right there.
Mhm.
It's like pews.
Between the benches?
Yes, between the benches.
Now, you indicated that, so that at that point you went to the gate and you let the driver in. Is that what you said?
Yes.
When you went back the second time, as you walked back towards the south pathway, did you see the knapsack there on the driveway?
I don't think I saw it yet. It was when I came back.
After you went to the south pathway for the second time, you said you returned back to the direction of the front of the house?
After coming back the second time?
Yes.
Yes.
And is that when you saw the knapsack?
Yes, I believe so.
And that was the first time you'd ever seen that knapsack?
Yes.
And how far was that knapsack that you saw from the blood drop markers that you saw later in the morning when you left at 7:30 from Rockingham?
Which one? You mean number 8? That one?
That one? Well, wait. Let me show you another photograph
Okay.
to help you out. Same, that's the Rockingham driveway, correct?
Yes.
All right. You see that cardboard marker on the driveway, the lowest one down?
Yes, I do.
How far is that marker, that blood drop marker, from where you saw the knapsack?
About a foot and a half.
Okay, why don't you
2
direct
feet.
the arrow on this photograph to where it was? Can you use
Okay, go to the cardboard, the bottom one. Lost.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go to the cardboard with the arrow. Okay, now go forward. No, forward. More. More. Right about there.
Which photograph is this?
This is People's 120F. We asked this to be marked People's 120F1.
120F1.
Now that knapsack, was that a duffel bag? A big duffel bag?
No.
Sustained. We've already asked him to describe the size.
I'm sorry. After you saw the duffel bag, after you saw that knapsack on the driveway in the position you've indicated here, sir, I think you indicated yesterday that you offered to get it and the defendant said, no, I'll get it. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you see him load any other bags into the limousine besides that one?
I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't remember seeing any loading. It could have been. He might have walked in with something when he left the trip, but I don't remember.
After he walked towards the bag, saying he would get that knapsack, after he walked towards it, did you ever see it again?
No.
Now, you stated that after you left at approximately 7:30, you went to the police station.
Yes.
At the time that you went to the police station, sir, were you aware of any evidence that had been found at the Rockingham address?
Was I aware of evidence? You mean the markings?
No. At the time you left Rockingham at 7:30, had anyone told you about a glove found back on the South Pathway?
No.
At the time that you spoke to the police and gave them that interview at the West LA station, had anyone told you about the glove that was found at Rockingham?
No.
At the time that you gave the statement to the police at the West LA station, did you believe that you would ever be called to testify for the prosecution in a case in which Mr. Simpson was a defendant?
No.
When you finished your interview with the police at the West LA station, you indicated to us yesterday that you went to Grant Kramer's house.
Yes.
Before you went to Grant Kramer's house, did you have a conversation with the police about where you should stay?
Yes.
And did they indicate to you that you should not go back to Rockingham?
Sustained.
Did they indicate anything to you about where you should or should not go?
Yes.
And what was that?
They told me it's probably best not to go back.
And when you were at Grant Kramer's house, you indicated to us yesterday you received a phone call in which you spoke to Howard Weitzman,
Yes.
Mr. Simpson's attorney. You recall that?
Yes.
Did he ask you about what happened when you went to the police station?
That I had talked to the police and had an interview.
Yes. And he asked you about that?
Yes.
Did he ask you what you told the police?
Yes.
Did he ask you what happened at the police station when you gave your interview?
That I was in a room and gave an interview.
And did you tell him what you told the police?
Yes.
And after you told him what you told the police, did you also tell him under what circumstances that you were interviewed alone?
Say it again.
Did you tell him how long you spoke to the police, sir?
Yes.
And did you tell him that the police spoke to you alone in an interview room at the station?
Yes.
And after you gave him that information, did he ask you to go over and see him and the defendant at Rockingham?
I don't remember that. Just to go there to see them. I don't remember that.
At the time you were speaking to Mr. Weitzman, was Mr. Simpson on the phone as well?
I thought so.
Did Mr. Simpson ask you to go to Rockingham during that phone call?
I don't think so. I don't know if the phone call was at Rockingham, where they were at. I didn't know.
Mr. Kalin, after you had that phone call, you went to Rockingham, didn't you?
At some point, I went back to Rockingham. Yes.
And someone asked you to go back to Rockingham, didn't they?
I don't remember who. I talked and said I was at Grant Kramer's, And I just don't remember who.
Mr. Kalin, I asked
Yes.
you, did someone ask you to go back to Rockingham?
Yes, someone.
You don't remember which one?
I don't know.
And that was after you had the conversation with Mr. Weitzman concerning what transpired at the police station when you gave your interview. Is that right?
It was after that, yes.
And then on June the 13th, then when you went back to Rockingham later that day, who was there?
There was a lot of people there. Some names that I remember.
Who?
Okay, there was Ron Ship, Arnell and Jason, Jason's girlfriend. I think Al Collins was there. Mark Slotkin. And all the relatives. I got a lot of relatives. I don't know all the names
Relatives of who?
of OJ's.
Was anyone there talking about Nicole?
Not that I remember. I think Arnell did.
Anybody besides Arnell?
I think whoever Arnell was talking to was, and I don't know who it was, but Arnell was saying things about Nicole.
How many people were there, Mr. Kalin?
It was different at times. It was kind of like people coming in and out, in and out.
Give us an estimate.
15 to 20.
15, 20 people? And you saw, the only person you saw talking about Nicole was Arnell to someone else.
Sustained.
Was Arnell the only person you heard speaking about Nicole?
Oh, well.
At that time, yes.
Was that a catered affair at that time? Food brought in and stuff?
At that time, I don't know. There was food. It was people were bringing food in. It was kind of coming in. Other people were bringing food in. So there was food, yes.
Other than the defendant's family, were there other people there?
Yes.
Do you know their names?
Some of the names, but some not.
Sustained.
Who besides the defendant's family was there?
Sustained.
Was Mark Slotkin there?
Let me see counsel at the sidebar, please, without the report.
Okay, for once, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Thank you, defense team. Thank you for not letting her ask the same question more than 100 times. She's already asked it 100 times, but thanks for putting an end to it.
Thank you, Your Honor. When you went back to Rockingham on June the 13th, later in the day, did you happen to notice whether the defendant had an injury to his left hand?
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw that there was I think a tissue on a finger, and it was there was blood
There was blood.
there on the tissue and around. I don't know if it was a tissue, a Band-Aid, white gauze, or what.
Which hand was that? Left or right?
I can't be positive. I thought maybe the left.
Do you know whether Mr. Simpson is right or left-handed?
I think he's right-handed.
Right-handed?
I think he's right-handed.
All right, Mr. Kaden, you indicated yesterday that when you came back from McDonald's, you made a phone call to your friend Tom in San Diego at 9:37. Is that right?
Yes.
So you last saw the defendant standing by the Bentley at 9:35. Was that your testimony?
Is this foundation
Yes,
for
it is,
something
Your Honor.
else? All right.
Yes.
At 9:35?
Yeah, it'd be so to walk about 9:35, 9:36.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the defendant at 9:45?
No.
Did you know where he was at 9:45?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 9:50?
No.
Did you know where he was at 9:50?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 9:55?
No.
Did you know where he was at 9:55?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 10:15?
No.
Did you know where he was at 10:15?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 10:20?
No.
Did you know where he was at 10:20?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 10:30?
No.
Did you know where he was at 10:30?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 10:40?
No.
Do you know where he was at 10:40?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 10:45?
No.
Did you know where he was at 10:45?
No.
Did you see the defendant at 10:50?
No.
Did you know where he was at 10:50?
No.
I have nothing further.
Mr. Shapiro?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
No. Guys, make it stop. I don't want him to attack him. I don't want him to do this. Oh, there's nothing we can do about it because it already happened. Oh.
I want the photograph 138, people's 138B.
Yes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. Kalin.
Morning.
How you feeling today?
Better.
Better than when?
2 days ago.
Good. I want to start out by directing your attention to the phone call at 9:37 where you were talking to your friend Tom O'Brien.
Yes.
How long have you known Tom O'Brien?
Since 4th grade.
And do you consider him one of your best friends?
Yes.
And is he the person who came and helped you move your property out of the Simpson residence?
Yes.
And is he a person that you still maintain a close relationship with?
Yes.
And have you talked to him about your testimony in this case?
No.
Have you talked to him about being a witness in this case?
About me being a witness?
Yeah. That you were
Oh, yeah,
gonna-
he knew I was a witness. Yes.
And what does he do for a living?
He was right now. What does he do?
What was he doing then?
He was a DA in San Diego.
And how long was he a DA in San Diego?
He was. I think he just started. Maybe a year. I don't know the exact. I don't know how long.
Did he give you any advice about your testimony, about telling the truth?
No. I mean, tell the truth. He didn't say it. I mean, he knows I was to tell the truth.
Now, your relationship with Nicole Brown Simpson began in early 1992
Yes.
and continued on some basis until her death in 1994.
Yes.
Would you describe that as a friendly relationship?
Yes.
Was she somebody you cared for?
Yes.
Were her children and OJ's children children that you cared for?
Yes.
Not in a sense that you were their caretaker, but that you had feelings for them.
Yes.
And were you in a position to judge how OJ Simpson reacted towards his children,
To
Justin and Sydney?
but to do what though?
How OJ Simpson was towards his children?
Good. Very good.
Was he a loving father?
Yes.
Oh,
Is he a caring father?
Yes.
And you'd say the same for Nicole as a mother.
Yes.
And that during the period of time when you first met Nicole, she was divorced from OJ Simpson
Yes.
and she was dating other men.
Yes.
Was that a frequent occurrence to your knowledge?
Your Honor, objection.
oh,
She would go out. I don't know if it was dating, men, like I have a date tonight, that sort of thing. She'd go out with her friends.
And would OJ come over to the Gretna greenhouse and visit the children?
Yes.
And was he aware that she was dating other men?
Yes.
And did he ever voice any concerns about that?
No.
Did he ever show any anger or upset or being upset at the fact that she was dating other men?
No.
And did he ever indicate at all, did he know where you were living when you were at Gretna Green?
Yes.
He knew you were in a guest house?
Yes.
And so the jury understands this. This is a part that is totally separate from the main house?
The Gretna Green. Yes.
Would,
Sep-
would,
Separate.
would you describe the facility there?
Of the guest house?
Yes.
Okay. The Gretna greenhouse is the house in front, and then there's 10 feet you walk. There's a guest house with bedroom, bathroom, and that's it.
What would you do for meals?
Either go out or Nicole, the kids. Everybody was kind of like the family. Just eat there sometimes or go out.
You would always sleep in your own quarters, though, would you not?
Yes.
And it was clear to OJ that you did not have any type of romantic involvement with Nicole, wasn't it?
Sustained.
Did you ever discuss with OJ what your relationship was with Nicole?
No.
Was it ever a concern of his?
No.
Did he ever ask you?
Hold on. Sustained.
Did he ever ask you?
No. Stand, please. Denied.
Did he ever ask you what your relationship was with Nicole?
No.
Never seemed to have any concern about that, did he?
No.
Did he ever have any discomfort about you being around Nicole?
Sustained.
Did he ever demonstrate any discomfort about you being around Nicole?
Hold up.
No.
Whoa.
Did you-
Isn't this almost the exact same questions that Marcia just got done asking? And now she's objecting. And she's not saying asked and answered because it was asked and answered. Yeah.
Ever show any demonstration of dissatisfaction with you being around his children?
Oh,
No.
And you moved, you got permission actually to move into the guest house really without even knowing Nicole. Isn't that true?
Yes.
You were virtually a stranger in her life.
vague. Conclusion. Yes.
You had met her just on 2 occasions?
In Aspen for that week, and then up in LA.
And
Yes.
those were really in a party type atmosphere?
Yes.
She knew nothing about you or your background?
No.
And during the first 2 months that you were there, you didn't pay any rent to her, did you?
No, I was doing sitting honors, and she never asked for anything.
So
Did
it
she?
was, you really never had any formal arrangements with Nicole, did you?
Not a rental agreement, no.
And you never had any formal arrangements as to what you were going to do to help out around the house?
At-
Gretna Green.
Oh, whenever she said something, we just would do.
But there was
No, it wasn't like, Cato, you have to do this.
no formal understanding.
Right.
You were a nice guy, and if something needed to be done, you were more than willing to do it.
Yes.
And she was a nice woman, and she was allowing you to stay there.
Yes.
And you were friends.
Yes.
And at some point in time, did you have some disagreements with Nicole while you were at Gretna Green?
No.
At some point in time, did she tell you she was moving?
Yes.
And did she tell you you'd have to find another place?
Yes, at one time.
And did you start to look for another place?
Yes.
And then she found the place on Bundy.
No, there's.
Go ahead.
Oh.
If I'm mistaken, tell me.
Then another time, then she wanted to. There was at different times and months where she wanted me to move in again. Then she goes, when she wrote me a little letter, said it was another house that she looked at.
It was kind of back and forth, wasn't it, as to whether you were going to go with her and not go with her?
Yeah, at one point, yes.
And she didn't know where she was going, did she?
Yes.
And she didn't know what she was going to be doing with her life.
Yes.
And she suggested that, Cato, you better, look out for yourself.
Yes.
And that's what you were doing.
Yes.
Now, when it came time to be invited to move into Bundy, that was about January of 1994.
Yes.
And at that time, did OJ tell you that he had had a discussion with Nicole about you living in a condominium as opposed to living in a guest house?
Yes.
And did he tell you that he was somewhat uncomfortable and expressed that to Nicole?
Yes.
And did he tell you that Nicole said, well, why don't you discuss it with Cato?
Yes.
And he did discuss that with you, didn't he?
Okay. What's the objection? All right. All right. Thank you, counsel. Mr. Shapiro, you may continue.
Yes. You need a minute here for some water?
A little water. Thank you. Thanks.
You all right? You want to just take a drink here? Okay.
Set.
Now, we were talking about discussions that you were having with OJ about his discussions with Nicole about whether or not there was some slight discomfort on the part of OJ with you moving into a condominium setting.
Yes.
Overruled.
And at that point in time, was there anything voiced by OJ that he had any concern for you being involved with Nicole sexually?
No.
In fact, this was the time when Nicole was pursuing OJ to get back together, wasn't it?
Yes.
And during this,
Sustained. Juries to disregard.
did you have any knowledge of the relationship of OJ and Nicole at this point in time?
Yes.
Had they been dating?
Yes.
And was this something that Nicole had discussed with you?
Yes.
And Nicole told you that she was trying,
Sustained.
did Nicole indicate to you that she was trying to work things out and get back together with
Hears-
OJ?
Excuse me. That's hearsay. The objection will be sustained. The jury is admonished not to assume anything from the implication of the question.
Did you, based on your observations, have any impression as to what was going on between OJ and Nicole?
Calls for speculation. Sustained.
Could you tell us how they appeared when they were together in January, Nicole and OJ?
To be dating off and on, see each other sometimes, but not. It wasn't a commitment.
And did you,
In January of,
94,
they were dating.
and when did they start dating?
I don't know the dates. It was off and on. I don't know.
Was it prior to January of 94?
I believe so.
And were you ever present when Nicole would pick up the phone and call OJ?
Sometimes.
Overruled.
And were you ever present when Nicole would come over and visit OJ at his Rockingham house?
When I was there,
Yes.
yes.
And how did they seem to get along?
Overruled.
Okay. Good.
Now, at the time that you were having this discussion with OJ, did OJ say he'd feel more comfortable if you were not living under the same roof as Nicole and her kids?
There were words more comfortable if it was right, and it was. I was in the middle. I just, I was saying, if it's not right, I'll go on. but it was off and on. He thought it wasn't probably right for the man to be there, but I didn't think it was sexual. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know.
He wasn't angry at all towards you, was he?
Oral.
He wasn't angry at me, no.
Did he appear to be jealous of you at that point in time?
Oral.
No.
Every single person on the jury knows exactly why OJ does not want Cato to live with Nicole. They do not have to keep going on this. They're not stupid.
Did he do anything but to demonstrate the fact that he was somewhat uncomfortable just in that general living arrangement in the same roof, and that he would offer to you, since you would have no place to stay, his guest house?
It's vague and compound.
Did OJ offer to you, well, was there a discussion as to where you would stay and where you would be living?
Yes.
And did OJ tell you that he had a guest house that nobody was using?
Yes.
And did he tell you that you were welcome to use that until you could find your own place?
Yes.
And you had no formal arrangement with OJ when you moved into Rockingham, did you?
No.
And you had no formal agreement as to how long you would stay there?
No.
But you understood it was temporary and that it was going to be just a place where you could stay until you found your own place.
When he was gonna, right? He would tell me when to go.
And you would know when it was time to go.
Yes.
Now, during this point in time, did there ever become a situation that you were aware of involving Nicole and a maid named Michelle?
Yes.
And
Sees a scope.
maybe heard, Your Honor.
Yes, with the report, please.
Maybe we
CB.
to the recess.
CB
and talk back to
radios.
this if you don't, with the court's permission. Did Nicole visit OJ while you were living at Rockingham?
Yes.
Did you ever see OJ in any way be physical towards Nicole during the entire time you knew Nicole Simpson?
No.
You did, however, see him raise his voice on occasion, did you not?
Yes.
Did you ever see her raise her voice?
Yes.
Did you ever see them raise their voices together at each other?
Yes.
Would you tell us is there any particular incident that stands out in your mind in that regard?
At the Rockingham, or
No, at any point in time while you knew them.
we at Gretna Green?
Tell the jury about that.
There was an incident where Nicole was on the phone with the police. I guess it was the police, and I came in, and there was an argument going on, and I didn't know what it was about. I know his car was parked in front, and so I just waited by the guest house on Gretna Green, and the French doors at the back were open, and he was screaming at Nicole, and she was in the kitchen area, and the police came.
Did you see what he was screaming about?
I heard certain things that were being screamed about, yes.
And what was her demeanor like?
She was in the kitchen, and she was talking on the phone with the police.
Did you ever see any physical contact between the two of them?
He didn't hit her. There was no physical contact.
Did you see any physical contact at all?
No.
Any pushing, shoving?
No.
Did you notice the condition of the door that you say was damaged?
Yes.
Had that been damaged before, to your knowledge?
Yes.
So that wasn't a damage that had taken place that day, was it?
The two damages. One damage before, no.
Was there some additional damage?
Yes.
And what was that?
there's a lock that's in the door, and with the French doors, the lock, there's a piece of wood, and if it gets broken open, the wood broke, and I had to hammer it all shut at the end of the night.
And is that the only incident that you can recall during the 2 and almost a half years that you knew Nicole that there was any verbal confrontation?
Sustained. For Fred's question.
Was there any other incident that resulted in the two of them having loud words together?
Overruled. That's assumed in the question. Do you want to re-ask the question?
Oh, yeah. Say the question again.
Other than this incident, are you aware of any other incident that were you present at any other time when OJ and Nicole were screaming at each other?
Yes.
When was that?
It was a Christmas party.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
It was a Christmas party at Bruce Jenner's, and I had walked in with the family while I walked into the party, and like 15 to 20 minutes in the party, Nicole just said, "We're leaving," and then there was an argument going on, I believe, about a guy that was at the party, and there was two arguments going on at the same time, and I think it was someone that came to the party that was an old boyfriend of Nicole's, and I believe the other part of the argument was about flowers that were left for OJ. I was in the back, and there was an argument going on, and it was Christmas Eve.
Did everybody go home together?
Yes,
Everybody celebrate Christmas Eve back at home?
at Rockingham. Yes,
That's Nicole, OJ, and the kids,
yes,
and yourself,
and Arnell and Jason.
whole family.
Yes,
Those are the only two incidents that you can tell us about where voices were even raised.
yes,
Did you ever see Nicole on her own demonstrate anger?
yes. I didn't see it. No,
Did you ever see any results of any anger she displayed?
yes.
What did you see?
See objection? It's also speculation at this point, without further foundation.
Perhaps we can discuss this also, Your Honor, later. What was OJ's life like in January of 1994?
Overruled. Overruled. I'm sure we'll calls for a narrative, but we'll get there eventually. Mr. Shapiro.
Can you tell us what OJ's life was like in January of 1994?
Golfing.
What time in the morning or afternoon?
Usually like probably very early 6. I imagine I wasn't up, and early in the morning and carefree.
He would travel a lot.
Yes,
He was a spokesperson.
yes,
And did
Right. Overruled at this point. I assume we're going someplace with this.
yes. And his relationship with Justin and Sydney in January?
Overruled.
good father to Sydney and Justin.
Would he go over and visit the children, to your knowledge, when they moved into Bundy?
Yes,
He spend time there?
yes,
There was a dog you told us about, this dog named Cato.
yes,
And that was a dog that spent time both at Rockingham and at Bundy.
yes,
And that was a dog that was very friendly towards OJ
yes,
and that knew OJ very well.
yes,
And that obviously was very comfortable around OJ.
yes.
It would not be unusual for OJ to go over to Bundy, would it?
No.
That's where he would pick up and drop off the children.
Yes.
He'd also go and play with the children there.
Yes.
When he was out of town, would Cato the dog be staying at Bundy?
Yes.
And when he was in town, would Cato the dog spend time at Rockingham?
Yes. Off and on.
Was this a trained animal to your knowledge?
No. You mean by a trainer?
Yes.
No.
Would it obey commands?
No.
Now, during the period of time in February and March of 1994, were OJ and Nicole still dating, and was she still trying to get back together with him?
I don't know for sure. It was off and on, so it could have been.
At some point in time, did you learn that OJ had said that it wasn't working out with Nicole and that they were going to go their own separate ways?
At some point.
Do
Yes.
you recall precisely when that was?
Gosh. Precisely. Not precisely. But it could have been March, but I can't give you a date.
And you recall at that point in time he had developed a romantic interest with a woman named Paula Barbieri.
Yes, he was dating Paula.
And he told you he found her very, very attractive.
Sustained.
Did they seem to have a good relationship?
Overruled. Overruled.
Yes.
Did you see them together?
Yes.
Did they become boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yes.
Was he content with being with Paula Barbieri?
Sustained.
Did he appear to be content?
Sustained.
Did he express to you his satisfaction with his girlfriend?
Sustained.
That's not what he said. How would you describe the relationship between OJ Simpson and Paula Barbieri?
They were a couple that went to events together and dated, had dinners. She'd come by.
Now, your relationship with OJ, you said, was as a friend.
Finally, I wanted more detail, and you didn't give it to me. What did they have for dinner? What did they eat?
Were you part of his day-to-day life?
No.
Would you talk to him on a day-to-day basis?
No.
Did you know his comings and goings?
No.
Did he tell you when he was traveling and when he was not traveling generally?
No.
Did he ever cause you to feel that you were some type of housekeeper or servant there?
No.
Did he ever make any demands on you?
No.
Was he generous with you?
Yes.
Was he generous with everyone that you came in contact with?
Overruled. Overruled as to this question to Mr. Kalin about Mr. Kalin.
Right.
Sustained as to everybody else.
Was he generous with members of Nicole's family?
Overruled. Do you know? Overruled. All right. We'll take a recess at this time in any event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our first break for the morning. Please remember let's have the juries, please. I'm sorry. I haven't had a chance to read them through. All right, let the record reflect that we've been rejoined by all the members of our jury panel. Mr. Brian Kalin is again on the witness stand undergoing cross-examination by Mr. Shapiro. Good morning again, Mr. Kalin.
Morning.
You're reminded you're still under oath, sir. Mr. Shapiro, you may continue.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Morning.
Morning.
We were talking about the time that OJ Simpson and Nicole had broken up, and now that he was starting and restarting his relationship with Paula. You were aware that he had dated Paula in the past, were you not?
Yes.
And this was a reunification of that relationship.
Yes.
Now, do you know precisely the date that there was a breakup between OJ and Nicole?
No.
Would it be fair to say that at least by May they had broken up?
Yes.
And during the period of time that they were trying to reestablish the relationship in late 93 and 94, would Nicole spend some nights at OJ's house?
Yes.
And would OJ spend some nights at Nicole's residence?
Yes.
Yet they both maintained their separate quarters.
Yes.
Now, you were telling us about your relationship with OJ Simpson. Did you view yourself as having any obligations to OJ Simpson whatsoever by living there?
No.
And you told us that you were, in fact, looking for a permanent place for yourself?
Yes.
While you were at the residence, you did not have any official duties regarding OJ, did you?
I did not have. Right.
Is there anything that you would do for him voluntarily?
Yes.
What would you do?
If the dogs need to be fed, if they're both there, I'd feed them.
That's Chachi and
Chachi and if Kato was there, I'd feed them. There wasn't anything really. I didn't clean the pool or anything.
And what about if Nicole needed help? Didn't OJ tell you that if she needed anything, just do what you would ordinarily do for her?
Yeah, if she asked me for help.
Rude. We have all imagined you as the perfect pool boy. And you just dashed it right under your heel. Rude. That's it. I'm not doing no more OJ. It's too hard. It's too hurtful.
help, I'd help.
But you were not aware of his comings and goings at all, either during the week or on the weekends, were you?
No.
And it was only on specific times when you would be doing something that might be directly or invited to be with OJ that you would know his whereabouts.
Oh, if you told me, yes.
So you wouldn't be generally aware at any point in time where he was or what he was doing.
Correct.
And if during his frequent travels, was it your responsibility to call a limousine for him?
No.
Was it your responsibility to load the car for him?
No.
And he doesn't have servants around to do that, does he?
No.
He likes to do things himself.
Sustained.
Does he generally like to do things himself, or does he rely on others to? Well, let me.
It's kind of vague. too.
Yeah,
Things.
it's. I'll try to narrow it down. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Are you aware of his habits regarding maintaining his clothing?
They were nice clothes. You mean pressed and?
Is he neat? Is he organized?
Yes.
Does he take care of his own clothes, hang them up, put things away, like to have things, like to keep his house in order?
Yes.
Is he a meticulous type of person?
Very neat.
What about his personal grooming habits?
Always looked well groomed.
Now, you're an athlete, are you not?
Thanks. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. Not.
Are you
I'm
an
an
athlete?
athletic supporter.
I mean, I can play sports, but I'm not a professional. No.
You didn't win the Heisman Trophy,
No, I didn't.
but you do play sports, and you play basketball,
Yes.
you told us, and you jog.
Yes.
Did you ever jog with OJ?
No.
And was that because of his physical condition?
I never. I just would jog on my own.
What about play basketball? You ever play basketball with him?
In a video we did.
Just when he had to make a basket shot?
Yes.
Wasn't a one-on-one game or a,
No, there's
What about football?
3 people, 4 on, it was 2 on 2, 4 altogether.
and was that a competitive game or just a setup for the commercial?
It was set up.
And did you participate in any sporting events with OJ?
No.
You're aware that he was a golfer,
Yes.
had lots of golf clubs,
Yes.
lots of golf balls,
Yes.
and periodically he'd go to his front lawn and chip balls.
I guess I didn't see him chipping.
Did you ever see?
He just said he never saw him chipping.
I know he golfed a lot.
Did you ever see him swinging clubs?
Yes.
Is that something you generally do?
Yes, and he'd do the motion in the kitchen, the whole.
Did you ever see him on the front lawn swinging clubs and hitting balls a short distance?
Yes. He did it even for the video too.
And did he have bags of golf balls that he would practice with?
Yeah, I imagine. I didn't see, but yeah, he was hitting balls on that when I saw that.
And
But there were balls in the garage, I think.
did you ever see balls in relationship to a bag that was similar to the bag you saw in the driveway on June the 12th?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember seeing that. I think there were balls in the garage, kind of just balls that were there.
Was the bag you described like a small athletic bag that could contain golf balls and tees, accoutrements for golf?
Sustained.
Was it the size that could handle golf balls?
Oh, well.
Yes.
Did you see OJ the week prior to June the 12th?
Yes.
Could you tell us and tell the jury about that?
The week prior was a pediatric AIDS event, and I went with OJ to that.
He had invited you?
Yes, he invited me.
And
You
did
like
you go
dragons?
somewhere earlier that morning?
Yes,
What did you do?
we had the kids, and with Paula, we went to get them tennis shoes and shirts, I think. Tennis shoes, maybe. But it was shopping to try and get them some clothes for the event.
And what was OJ's mood that day?
Fun. It was fine. Good mood.
When you say fine, good mood, what's
It
he
was
like?
look-
What's he like to be around?
It was like going to this huge event, and it was going to be a fun thing to do. So it was kind of like, let's all get in the car and take off to this event. And we went to this. It was a huge on a ranch and just a fun event. But yeah, it was people coming up, autographs, and it was a benefit.
And what was his mood like after the event? On the way back.
Sustained.
I just want to. May I be heard, Your Honor?
At the sidebar without the reporter.
Can I be heard in front of the jury? I just want to say these things in front of the jury, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, counsel. You may continue.
And for the pediatric AIDS,
At this point, finish the question.
for the pediatric AIDS, OJ invited you and your daughter to come along with him.
Yes,
And did you both come?
yes.
And how old is your daughter?
Overruled.
How old is your daughter?
She was 9 at the time.
Does she live with you?
No.
I take it that when you get a chance to be around your daughter, that you like to spend as much time with her as you can.
Yes,
And would you say it's foundational? Would you say that's the same for OJ?
Overruled. At the sidebar with reporter, please.
They do test our patience, and it's always when the defense is questioning. I mean, Marcia asking the same question over and over and over again doesn't help, but it doesn't infuriate you as much as when the defense is up there.
Thank you, counsel. Proceed.
Thank you. Want to digress just for a moment. There was a lot of questions asked about people you talked to prior to testifying in this case. And I'd
Yes.
like to take a few moments to review that with you. The first person you talked to in this case were detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department.
Yes.
And the first person in that regard was Detective Furman.
Yes.
And you were not told by Detective Furman when he knocked on the door as well. Let me ask you this. At that point in time, when they knocked on the door and the 4 detectives were there, did somebody say, "Where's OJ?"
No.
Did anybody that morning ever say, "Where's OJ?"
No. Not where's OJ like that. I talked about the plane.
Right.
Okay.
But they didn't. I'm asking, my question is, did they ask you, any of these 4 detectives that were there outside your door at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, did they say, "Where's OJ"?
No, not at that time.
That was not something that they wanted to know immediately, was it?
They didn't ask that. No.
And you became concerned when the police came up and you said, "Did his plane crash?"
Yes.
Because you knew that he had this prearranged flight.
Yes.
You had talked to him the whole day about it,
Yes.
correct? And you conveyed that to Detective Furman and also to Detective Van Adder, did you not?
Sustained rephrase question.
Did you convey that to Detective Furman?
I don't know if I said it then. I asked about the plane crash. I know that I had said to Detective Vanetter at that time about the OJ where he went.
And that he went for Hertz to Chicago.
Yes.
And you also talked to them about OJ leaving in a limousine
Yes, I told that to Vanetter.
to go to the airport,
Yes.
to go to Chicago.
Yes.
And the only thing that was written down there was 2 paragraphs by Detective Van Adder.
I never saw it.
You never saw that?
No, I didn't see what he wrote.
He didn't show it to you?
No.
He didn't ask you to review it?
I don't think so.
And the district attorneys have never shown that to you?
No.
And then you met with detectives, with officers Carr and Tippett.
Yes.
And they asked you to come with them to the police station.
No, they were there. Someone else took me there.
Someone took you to the
Someone
police
took me
station
to the
to meet
police
them.
station, and they ended up. I was in a room. They were there.
And you were there for a long time, weren't you?
Yes.
How many hours were you there?
It was about 7:30, 8 o'clock until I think 3:40, 4 o'clock. It was a long time. Let's figure it out. Like 7, 8 hours.
Did they give you anything to eat?
They offered me food, but I didn't eat.
You didn't eat.
No, I didn't. Wasn't hungry.
And did they talk to you during this period of time?
Yes.
Did they have a tape recorder on to record a statement from you?
No.
And did you tell them what you remembered about your day with OJ Simpson on the 12th?
Yes.
Were you honest with them?
Yes.
Were you
I was.
straightforward with them?
Yeah, I was pretty hyper, and I was telling him everything I knew.
And they took a report? They
Yes,
took notes?
They took notes.
And then they wrote a formal report and typed it up.
Yes.
And They picked you up and took you downtown to testify before a grand jury.
Yes.
And they gave you that formal report to read.
Yes.
And you found mistakes in that report, didn't you?
Yes.
Then you came down to the grand jury.
Yes.
Did you talk to anybody before you went before the grand jury?
No.
And were you questioned by?
All right. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it play again. I'm leaving. I have to go take my daughter to work real quick. I'm going to put a banner on. Feel free to make comments, because every comment you make, it changes this part of the screen a little bit, and it'll help me not get busted. You don't really have to make a lot of comments. Just if you do every once in a while, that would be nice. I'll be back real soon. I'm just going to take my daughter to work real quick and be right back and let this play. Behave. Okay?
Lawyers from the district attorney's office in the grand jury?
Before.
Well, before you went into the grand jury,
Yes.
were you questioned by lawyers for the district attorney's
Yes.
office? What lawyers were you questioned by?
Marsha Clark and who's the other?
David Kahn?
David Kahn. I think that was it for the district attorneys, but Tippett and Carr were in there too.
And how long did they question you?
I don't know what time I got down there. I think I was supposed to be on at 1:00, and I got down there I think at like 10:30, and I think then I had a lawyer show up. So I say about 2 hours.
Did they
I don't know the
record?
exact time, but I think around there.
Did they tape record that conversation?
No.
Then you testified before the grand jury?
Not that day. I mean, I went in, but then I had a lawyer that showed up.
And you came back another day to testify before the grand jury?
Yes.
Did you talk to any lawyers from the district attorney's office before you went to the grand jury?
Not after that.
And Mr. Khan asked you questions before the grand jury?
Yes.
And Ms. Clark asked you questions before the grand jury?
Yes.
And you answered all those questions truthfully?
Well, I was saying that I
Is that an objection?
Yes, it's an objection.
All right, with the reporter, please.
You testified before the grand jury,
yes, I did.
and you were asked questions by both Mr. Khan and Ms. Clark,
Yes.
and you testified honestly before the grand jury to their questions that they asked you.
Yes.
And have you reviewed that testimony before the grand jury?
Yes.
And was it accurate?
Yes.
And at some time later, did you then again meet with the district attorney's office and
Yep.
representatives of their office?
Yes.
When did you meet with them?
I don't know the dates, but
Approximately.
I think before I think before the preliminaries hearings,
Who did you talk to?
it was Marsha Clark. And I thought I think William Hodgman might have been in there too. Not positive.
Was that interview tape recorded?
No.
Was a report written of that interview?
Oh, notes? Did I get?
Did you sign any statement as a result of that interview?
No.
Did you meet with them again?
Yes.
When's the next time you met with them?
After that, it was I think a month ago.
Where was that?
here at the in Marshall Clark's office.
Who was present at that time?
Marshall Clark and my William Janego, who was with me, and he was also there the other time. I didn't mention William Janego. And someone, Hank, don't know his last name.
Hank Goldberg, a district attorney?
Is that if that his last name? I don't know, if I saw him, I'd know who he. And then a girl that I don't know her name.
was she a lawyer?
I think so.
Is that Sherry Lewis?
She could have been in there, but
And
I'm not sure which. It was a woman. I don't know. I don't remember her name.
And that meeting lasted over an hour?
Yes.
And was that meeting tape recorded?
No.
And have you met with the district attorney since then?
Yes.
When did you meet with him again?
On just the day before first day I testified before that. I think it was the day or week. It was right around there.
Who did you meet with then?
Marshall Clark.
Where did you met with her in this building?
Yes.
Was she alone with you?
No.
Who else was present?
William Janego.
And how long did you talk to her at that time?
I think an hour and a half.
And was that meeting tape recorded?
No.
Were notes taken of that meeting?
I think so. I didn't get notes.
Did you see any report from that meeting?
No.
Were you ever asked to sign any statement or review that?
No.
Did Marcia Clark in any of these meetings seem unhappy with any of the answers you were giving?
Sustained.
Were you asked questions? Were questions directed at you in an attempt to get answers that you did not feel were correct?
I was trying to go through my memory, and I would take time to go, to think. And I was, if I didn't know, I would say, I just don't know. And that's it. If I didn't know something, I would do that. But she didn't put words in my mouth.
Were you pressed by anyone?
To try to remember. To I don't know. I didn't want to be there for a long time. I mean, it was not fun. So it wasn't, I don't know if pressed. I don't know what you mean by pressed.
Why didn't you want to be there?
Why didn't I want to be?
Yeah, was it tough for you?
Well, I had a lot on my mind, and I just wanted to get everything over with.
Were you?
But-
I'm sorry.
Oh, and that was about it. But I complied. I didn't have a problem with it being there, and so I did it.
Were areas suggested to you of things that did not happen?
No, it was my memory going through, but if I had a difficulty, if I didn't remember, it was a certain a phone call or something because of I just couldn't remember certain things, but I know it happened, a call, but I couldn't remember the times on a call, like when the Howard Weitzman. I know it was that day, but I didn't know exactly all the dialogue. But I
Take it this has been a very difficult time for you.
yes,
A lot of pressure has been put on you.
yes.
And is it difficult to be precise as to what exact words were said when you were with OJ and what you remember him saying and you saying?
I didn't know all the words, but I mean, I know they were talking. I know he was on the phone, OJ and Howard Weitzman and myself.
And it's also a very emotional time for you because one of your dear friends had been murdered.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
And you've done the best you can to try to recollect what took place, but you can't be absolutely certain of everything you testify to, can you?
No, I've been honest in everything I remember, and I answered that way.
To the best of your ability.
Yes.
And are there some areas that you've gone over with Miss Clark and with myself that you still are not clear on?
I think I'm pretty good on everything. I think I'm pretty much right there.
Are you precise as to the exact words that were said by OJ Simpson?
The exact words, no.
I want to direct your attention to the day of June 12th. And the first time that you saw OJ that day, and that was in the afternoon.
Yes.
What time?
It was about 2:30.
And you had a brief conversation with him?
Well, it was a conversation kind of going off and on throughout the afternoon. But yeah, we were talking, and about his golf game and the playing cards.
He didn't get into specifics about his golf game or cards, did he?
He said he did good in golf. I mean, I don't know who in the card game. I don't know who won and what game they were playing.
He didn't specifically discuss with you anything that took place in golf other than he played golf and had a good game.
Yes.
And the same thing with cards. He didn't discuss anything specific about how he was feeling physically or not, did he?
No.
And he would never discuss that, would he?
About his
Physical condition.
No. Well, sometimes if he was like sore, he could say it. But no, he wasn't discussing that.
Is he a complainer who would complain if things were bothering him?
Sustained.
Did he physically complain? Did he complain to you about any physical injuries?
Well, I've not like, as in passing time, maybe I don't know the date. Sometimes he might go, "Oh, my knees," but something like that.
What would he say about his knees?
He would just like that. If he just would go, "Oh, my knees," meaning I think maybe he had like from football, but he was just saying, "Oh, my knees," but he wasn't complaining. He wasn't.
What would he be doing when he was saying that? Was he playing a sport or was he just in the house?
Oh, it was in the house.
And did he ever talk about arthritis?
Yes, that he had arthritis. He didn't tell me he had arthritis, but I know that Michelle, the other maid, said that one of the doctors was a doctor who did.
Sustained.
Did
Curious to
you
disregard what the other person said.
learn anything about his arthritis?
Sustained.
Do you know what arthritis is?
Yes.
Did you see any symptoms of it yourself?
Sustained.
Did you see any swollen joints on OJ?
No. Not swollen, no.
Did you see anything about his fingers being bent in a special way at any time?
No. Just when he said it was sore, he would, with the knees, that's it. But I didn't look. I didn't see.
Did he ever tell you he was stiff?
Yes.
And what would that be in relationship to? When did he tell you he was stiff?
One time, just in breakfast at this table, he got up and, "Oh, I'm stiff."
Did he tell you he was stiff on June the 12th?
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
I don't remember that. I said it that I was that day. I know that because that's why I took a jacuzzi. So I mean, I know that word came up. I think I said something. Oh, I know what you mean when you're stiff sometimes. Boy, can't take a jacuzzi.
How was he, what was his demeanor like at 2:30?
He was fine.
When you say fine?
He was
Normal?
got done golfing. Like you are now, I guess. Normal conversation.
He didn't seem angry,
No,
didn't seem agitated,
no,
he didn't seem depressed,
no,
didn't seem despondent,
no,
he didn't seem preoccupied.
no. I think he mentioned the trip was coming up.
In regard to the trip, it was that he just wasn't looking forward to that trip, right?
Yes,
That his work schedule required him to go on these overnight trips that were really not a lot of fun for him.
right. So I rarely knew when he went on trips, but yeah, he was going on a trip to Chicago. I didn't know that it was. I don't think I knew it was overnight. I just knew he was going to Chicago. He might have said
And
that.
you-
I'm not sure.
You knew it was a red eye.
A red eye flight going there. Oh, I thought you meant going. I didn't know what the I knew it was a Hertz convention, and he was going to Chicago.
And he was going to play golf.
There was golf clubs.
And that the red eye means that the flight takes place during the evening hours?
Yes,
Do you know what time that flight generally leaves?
near midnight.
And he had told you he'd been up since 5 that morning playing golf?
Sustained.
Did he appear to be tired?
Well, he golfed that morning, and he had mentioned being tired.
And you told him he looked tired, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you told him he should take a nap
Yes, I did.
and try to rest.
Yes.
And would you say he was just, use your words, I think, once before, just kicking back in the house that afternoon?
Yeah, I said that, kicking back meaning kind of relaxed.
Didn't seem out of sorts at all, did he?
Sorry, what?
Did he seem out of sorts at all?
It's vague.
Was there anything unusual about the way he looked that day?
The way he looked? No.
Anything unusual about the way he acted?
No.
Any-
It was, tired and not talking a lot. So, like that. I mean, I don't know. That's why I mentioned it.
The next time you saw him was after you came back from playing basketball?
Yes, after after I also watched the playoff game. But it was after basketball, yes.
And did he seem unusual in any way when you saw him at about 6 o'clock that evening?
Probably just a little bit more upset because it was after the recital.
This was about, what time was this? After 6 and before 7?
Yeah, yes,
Or in that area?
yes,
Now, he had told you he was going to the recital for his daughter.
yes.
And did you see him when he left for the recital?
No.
Did you see him when he returned?
No.
Well, you saw him after he returned from the recital.
Oh, I didn't see him returning. No,
But
yeah,
you
I saw him
saw-
after. Right.
After the recital, you saw
Wait,
him.
wait.
You saw him after the recital. Back at
Yes.
Rockingham. And was he neatly dressed?
I believe it was like a sweat outfit. But I never saw him sloppy dressed.
And he told you that he had seen Sydney perform.
Yes,
And did he say Sydney was great?
yes,
Did he have a smile on his face when he said that?
yes.
And did he say this in a normal voice?
That Sydney was great, yes.
Did he seem in any way a little bit unhappy because he couldn't spend as much time with Sydney as he would like.
Well, it was brought up what I had said that it wanted time with Sydney, and I guess that they went off. Nicole and Sydney went off, and he didn't have time with her.
And he expressed the fact that he would have liked to have spent more time with Sydney
That he wanted to see her.
because she had done so great, and this was a special night.
Yes,
And as a father, you understood that, didn't you?
yes.
Did you see anything abnormal about his reaction to wanting to spend a little more time with his daughter after the recital?
Sustained.
Do you see anything unusual in his feelings because he couldn't spend as much time with his daughter as he would have liked?
Overruled.
No, it was just said it. It wasn't unusual.
Was he angry?
No, not when he said that.
Was he agitated?
No.
How much time did you spend with him after the recital during this conversation?
During that conversation, well, I took a jacuzzi after that, and when the phone rings or something, I mean, the phone rings a lot. I don't listen to the conversation, so my conversation, if he's on the phone, I don't talk. So if the phone was ringing, I let him talk on the phone. So my conversation was, I know it wasn't a lot, but we were talking when you get off the phone and on the phone.
And then you saw him a little later that evening?
Yes,
About what time?
about 8:30 around there when he came into the room.
And that's when he asked you for change for a $100 bill?
No, that was the turn of jacuzzi off. I forgot the jets.
And at some point in time, did he ask you if you had change for $100?
Yes,
And did he indicate to you that he had to go to the
Yeah.
airport and he needed some money for a tip for this guy?
right. He asked me if I had not change for 100, but he asked me about if I had a 5 for a sky cap. So I gave him 20.
Do you recall specifically if he asked for change or whether he asked for a 5 or a 20 or that he just had some conversation about getting some small bills for the sky cap?
I don't know the exact, but I thought it was just a 5. I thought it was just a 5, and I gave him 20.
Did he seem agitated at that time?
No,
Did he seem angry?
no,
Did he seem depressed?
no. Tired. I don't know. It's not the same as depressed. Just kind of down, but not depressed. Just down. Like he had he was talking about packing, and he said before he wasn't looking forward to packing.
Just wasn't looking forward to the trip.
Yes.
Did he talk about anything that was bothering him?
No.
Talk about any problems in his life?
No.
Did he talk about any anger he had towards anyone?
No.
And then there was a discussion about going to get a hamburger,
Yes.
and you invited yourself to go along,
Yes, I did.
and he had no problem with that.
No.
Objection, that constitutes speculation.
Overruled.
Did he say, "I'd rather be alone"?
No.
Did he say, I don't feel like having any company. I've got some things to do"?
No.
Did he say, "I'm really going to be rushed. It'd be much easier if we did this another time, Tana"?
No objection to all of those questions. That's what you're saying.
Overruled.
No.
And it was just the same type of friendly gestures that you've always come to expect from OJ, wasn't it?
Objection.
Sustained. The chair's already been told to disregard the implication of questions.
When you went to McDonald's. Was there any particular rush to get there?
No.
Did he say, Cato, do you know of the closest McDonald's?
No.
In fact, when you initially talked to Tippin and Carr, you didn't know whether you went to the McDonald's on Wilshire or Santa Monica, did you?
Yeah, I said it was across a Carl's Jr.
Do you remember telling them in your statement that it could have been on Wilshire, it could have been on Santa Monica?
If you have it there, you can show them. I don't remember.
Show you your statement, see if it refreshes your memory. This is the statement of Cato Kalin. It's in your murder book, Miss Clark, page 348. May I approach the witness?
You may.
It's on page 00348, and it's in the third paragraph. Perhaps one of your detectives has a copy of the murder book here.
Can I have one of my law clerks make a copy?
Maybe I think we'll probably have some extra copies here and help. But
But perhaps the counsel has a clean copy to show the witness his is underlined and marked.
I'll give them the blank copy and I'll give her my copy so she can find it. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Thank you. I want to direct your attention to the third paragraph. Is this the statement, Mr. Kalin, that you reviewed prior to going into the grand jury?
This one right here. Okay, one second. Did I recall to Carl's Jr.? I said, do you want me to read it? This,
Yes.
It said Cato believed that McDonald's is on either Wilshire Boulevard or Santa Monica Boulevard, and recalled a Carl's Jr. across the street.
Thank you. Did you tell them that?
That yes, I remember about the Carl's Jr.
Did you also tell them it was either on Wilshire or Santa Monica?
Yeah, I was leaning towards. I'm pretty positive it was on Santa Monica. I just didn't know when they were questioning me that, but Santa Monica across from Carl's Jr.
They're both relatively close together, aren't they? How close are they, the two different McDonald's?
See Wilshire Boulevard. I don't know how many streets over. A few minutes drive.
Thank you. Are you done with the report? Did OJ seem to be in any particular hurry to get to McDonald's?
No,
Was there any rush to get through traffic, or did he drive at a normal pace?
normal.
Did he seem to be agitated in any way during the drive?
No,
Did he show any anger during the drive?
no,
Did he appear to be depressed during the drive?
no.
When you got to McDonald's, did you go through that drive-through window?
Yes.
Were there any cars in front of you that you recall?
No. I think we were the only car. I'm pretty sure.
You ordered and he ordered?
Yes.
Did he appear to be hungry?
Yes. I mean, I don't appear. I know he ate right away. Like about 10 seconds. So.
And driving back, rushed in any way?
No.
Was he distracted?
No.
Was he looking around?
No.
Did he express any anger?
No.
And you say you saw his hands at McDonald's and you saw his hands when you gave him $20 and that you did not notice any injury. Is that correct?
Correct.
I take it you weren't examining his hands for injuries.
Correct. I was not.
But if there had been a significant injury, it's your opinion you would have seen it.
Yes.
What if there was a minor scratch or scrape? Is that something you think you would have seen?
Not a minor one. No.
In playing ball as an athlete, do you sometimes get scratches and cuts just from fingernails, things like that?
Yes.
And sometimes do you bleed a little bit from that?
Yes.
Do you consider that an injury?
No.
Now, on your way back to the house, back to Rockingham, did he go in any different direction than he normally would have gone in?
On the car?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did Ashford and parked the car.
Normal way that you would come back to the house?
Yes.
Did he say anything to you of look at the time, take notice of certain events of what I'm doing now?
No.
And you both got out of the car?
Yes.
And even though you were in front of him, he appeared to be walking towards the house, did he not?
It was the door, and his feet were pointed that way, but I was kind of at that door, and it wasn't like a movement, but it was turned towards me at the door. That's when I looked, and I knew that maybe I shouldn't go to the kitchen, and I just headed out to mine. That was the last I saw.
And you've previously testified that he appeared to be going in the house.
Yeah, his feet were pointed, but I didn't see the movement.
You can't tell us specifically that he went in, but you had no indication that he didn't.
Sustained.
Did you testify that he appeared to go into the house previously? Have you said that?
I don't think so.
May I just have a moment here? Back from McDonald's, was there any mention of Nicole?
Yes.
What was-
The typewriter, that it was Nicole's. Yeah, if I
No,
could use it.
no anger or anything?
No.
I want to direct your attention to page 92, if I might, of the grand jury testimony that was conducted, I believe, by Ms. Clark and Mr. Khan. Do you have that? No, my question. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
I want you to direct your attention towards line 13 and 14. Yes, whether you gave that testimony before the grand jury.
As to just those lines, I don't have it before me, counsel. All right.
How do you do?
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe there was cautions against speaking objections.
Yes. And Mr. Shapiro, you are refreshing Mr. Kalen's recollection as to which lines.
13 and 14, Your Honor. We have no objection to reading the whole thing. I'm just now beginning to direct his attention to one portion, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Kalen, did you get a chance to read that?
Yes.
And does that refresh your memory as to what you said at the grand jury?
Yes.
And what did you say then?
Where do I start?
This is a marked copy of the lines and circles. Perhaps the witness could be given a clean copy to read from.
I don't think it's material at this point, Kevin.
That's not confusing, is it, that there's a circle of the area that I'm directing your attention to?
No, I can read it.
Proceed.
Does that refresh your memory
Yes.
regarding that? And what did you testify to before the grand jury in that regard?
Do I read it?
Yeah.
Do I? From the top?
I'll read it from 13 and 14, then we'll read it from the top.
13, question. So it appeared he was walking towards the house.
I would ask that
Go ahead.
Answer, yes. And then before that now?
No.
No.
Now, you didn't say that at the grand jury that he walked towards the house, but
Ms. Clark?
The-
He's not finished on this area, Counsel.
I'm sorry, I've lost my train of thought. May I just have a moment, Your Honor? Now, you never specifically said that you were going into the house, did you?
That I was?
Yeah, that OJ was going into the house.
Correct.
Right. And what were the questions right before that, directing your attention to the area of Rockingham and what Mr. Simpson was doing? You can just read those out loud.
Okay, the question, it was, where was he when you last saw him? Answer, he was out of the car and turned towards the house. Then I was on my way. Question, was he moving towards the house at the time? He was, a symbol. I assumed in my head he was going in the house, but it was turned that way and I didn't see any movement because I'm on my way. And I said, I'm going to my room.
And the next question and answer?
And I said, so it appeared he was walking towards the house? Yes.
Thank you. Is that the testimony you gave regarding that incident before the grand jury?
Yes.
When you were talking to OJ Simpson about coming back from the recital, there was some talk about clothing, women's clothing, was there not? How Nicole and her friend were dressed at the recital?
Yes.
And was this done in a light-handed manner?
Kind of matter of factly.
And was the suggestion made, I wonder what they're going to be dressing like when they're grandmas?
So they can't be wearing mini skirts or dresses like that when they're grandmas.
And did you take him to be serious with this or to be joking with this?
It was a point where, yeah, it was, I didn't take it to be serious. I mean, it was a comment that he made. I mean, it was a point that he was making about their outfits.
But you didn't take it to be a serious comment, did you?
Well, I didn't take it for me to be a serious comment. I didn't know. I don't think it was. It was a comment in that conversation. But
Do you recall testifying before the grand jury on page 60 about this area?
I think so.
Page 59 and 60. Do you have some clean copies here? Avoid any problems. 59 and 60 grand jury, please.
All right, let me see counsel in the transcript at the side door, please. Correct. All right, we also had the one other discovery matter regarding a statement by Mr. Kalin to an investigator for the defense. Any comments? The court has had the opportunity to review that statement. Any comments, Mr. Shapiro?
Yes, Your Honor. We believe under the reciprocal rules of discovery that these items are not discoverable and believe that they fall under no exception in the code, although we have had no objection to Your Honor reviewing those short notes.
All right. You don't feel that this is a statement by a prosecution witness, which they're entitled to know on the cross-examination as to the issues in the statement?
They're not impeachable. The statements are not inconsistent and offer no impeachment from what this witness has stated, so they're of no value, and they're our personal work product.
All right. Any other comment, Ms. Clark?
Yes, no, they don't have to be impeaching. That's not the test. And I don't know what they are. I haven't seen them, so I can't argue whether they're impeaching or not. But assuming counsel's characterization is true, that doesn't prevent it from being discoverable. And arguably, if they are also corroborating, then of course they would be material to the redirect examination.
All right, I'll examine it a little more closely. I don't think we're going to finish with Mr. Kalin on cross this afternoon.
Cross?
Yes.
Yes, we're going to finish with Mr. Kalin probably within the next 10 minutes.
All right, well then I'll need to take a closer look at this then. All right, let's proceed. Let's finish with the cross and then I'll evaluate this to see, once I know what the totality of the cross is, whether or not there's anything in here that's relevant.
Right, maybe we're not.
15. Hopefully till we finish. All right, let's have the jurors, please. All right, let the record reflect that we've now been rejoined by all the members of our jury panel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Brian Kalin is on the witness stand undergoing cross-examination by Mr. Shapiro. Good afternoon again, Mr. Kalin. You're reminded you were still under oath, sir. Mr. Shapiro, you may continue.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mr. Kalin, you mentioned that Mr. Simpson was tired on June the 12th. Are you aware of his travel schedule the week preceding that?
No.
Do you know if he was out of town at all?
The week before that,
Yes.
I don't think so. We went to the June 6th, that function, the pediatric aids.
So your answer is that you were not aware of his travel schedule.
No.
You know he was there on June 6th, but on June 7th or 8th, you don't know where he was.
No, wasn't aware.
And that would be your regular practice, not to know where he was. And if he was out of town, you wouldn't necessarily know.
Hi, guys. I hope it was okay. I hope there wasn't too many sidebars. Snoopy. Hi, Snoopy.
If he was not in the house,
Yes.
I wouldn't know he's leaving. But if he wasn't there, I would know. From Gigi, OJ's gone. He's at where, like that. But he wouldn't have to tell me he's flying out that day or whatever.
And also, when you're asked to give a 10-minute by 10-minute recitation of where OJ was on the 12th, could you do that for any given day? For any other day, could you tell where he was every 10 minutes?
Oh, no.
Could you do that for yourself?
Where I was the last 10 minutes?
Not today,
Oh.
but if I picked another day,
Oh, no.
account for your whereabouts every 10 minutes.
No.
About the lighting conditions at the Rockingham home of Mr. Simpson. The trees are all lit with professional lighting, are they not?
Yes, there's some lights yes. There's lights from the bottom. I think they go up.
And also at the front entrance, there are coach lights on either side of the door.
I think so.
And on Ashford, there's a large street lamp, is there not?
Yes.
And that street lamp illuminates the area of the driveway and the front door, does it not?
The street light. Yeah, you could see the street light would light up part of the driveway just a bit. Yeah.
And that's a very, very bright and intense streetlight, is it not?
Yeah, it lights up that corner. Yeah.
You've previously testified, have you not, that you don't recall whether or not the lights were on downstairs?
Yeah, I was iffy. I think I said that I thought they were on there, maybe off, but I thought they were. I think I said they were off and on. Then I thought the last thing I said in this testimony was that they were off.
Have you previously testified that you're not sure whether they were on?
Yes,
or
I
off?
did. Yeah.
And
wasn't
would
sure.
that be your best answer in this case?
That I wasn't sure. Yes.
When did you have any difficulty seeing the golf clubs and the bag in which they were being carried?
The one that I put in the trunk.
Yes.
No,
They were right on the bench outside.
they were laying down.
Did you notice if they were there when you went to McDonald's?
I didn't notice that.
Were the golf clubs in a type of bag that would cover the golf club bag?
Yes, I believe so. It was a Swiss Army bag.
And is it your opinion that the small bag that you saw on the ground, if empty, would be able to fit inside the golf bag?
I won't be able to say. I couldn't tell. I won't be able to know if that the other bag that was by the Rolls Royce. I don't know. I couldn't tell. It was a. I suppose if it was stuffed in there, it could have been. It could have been put in there.
Did you ever see Mr. Simpson pick up that bag?
I no.
You know what other luggage Mr. Simpson has or owns or travels with?
Other luggage.
Yeah.
What he has? He has other luggage. I know he has other luggage, but I don't know.
Well, you said you'd never seen that black bag before. Have you seen any of his other luggage before?
No. It's just that he has. Yes, he has luggage, but I haven't seen it.
So you don't know what his normal practice is in going to the airport with luggage, do you?
No.
Do you know what type of clothing he packed for this trip, if any?
I don't.
When you picked up the golf bag with the clubs in it, did you see any blood at the front of the driveway at 11 o'clock?
No.
Did you see any blood walking to the limousine?
No.
Did you see any blood anywhere at 11 o'clock that night?
No.
And it wasn't until the police officers the next morning told you to be careful where you walked that your attention was directed towards any blood. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
And it was directed by them. You didn't see this on your own, did you?
No.
You remember when we talked for the first time,
Yes.
and that was on the 14th of June?
Yes.
And at that point in time, do you recall me asking you what your recollection was of your conversation with OJ at 9 or 10 o'clock that night on Monday?
On Monday, Monday the 13th.
Yes, the night before.
Could you show me part of it?
Yes, absolutely. Do you have a copy of this, Council? This is the interview that I turned over to the district attorney during the preliminary hearing. This is a transcription of it. Yeah, take your time to read it.
All right. I was hoping to get done with Cato today, but we're not. It's already been 2 hours. I'm going to make this a good breaking point for today. Got things to do. I got courts to look at. Thank you guys so much for coming out with OJ with me. We got a lot done this week. We really did. Let's look. Let's just look. So all right. So we're at 174. We're at video 174 of 500. So hopefully soon we'll get past 200 and then we'll be on almost halfway there. All right. It was great. Great seeing old faces in this stream. It was just so great seeing you. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye, guys.